Get comfortable, girl, because I'm about to put you on. Wig is sweated off. You're screaming at the top of your lungs. And he's probably sitting on the other end of the phone, yawning, waiting for you to wrap this up. What if I only want to be a mother to children that came out my womb? Does that make me a terrible person? Y'all don't be listening to these men when they tell you something. Right after we have sex, I'll be like, I don't think I like you. Ain't nobody building no man, ain't nobody got no ring, ain't nobody married to nobody, ain't nobody got no vows. I'll be the first to tell, I love me a piece of man. You understand? I love me a piece of man. But you're not doing it and that man been working hard all day. You better have that meal cooked when he get home. Clothes clean. You make it. Yeah, I agree.
It takes some finesse. I see you finesse. He can't do finesse.
What is up? What is up? It is the Rise Joe back at it with another video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to be tapped in with all my new and upcoming videos. Period. As you can tell by the title of the video, class is in session. Okay, I've got my glass of wine. I've got a little table with y'all propped up on, like you sitting in a little classroom or whatnot, and I'm the teacher. Nice little professional, halfway professional because it's cropped, but this little professional white button up. No, I mean business. I mean serious business. Anytime y'all see this glass of wine, see this glass, we about to have a good old talk, okay? Get comfortable, girl, because I'm about to put you on 5 ways on how not to be a weak. Now, I don't like using the word B-I-T-C-H. So we're going to say a weak woman. 5 ways to avoid being a weak woman. I'm not saying this is going to get you married. I'm not saying that I know what I'm talking about. Actually, I am saying that. But I'm not saying I've written books. I don't know nothing about that. All of this is by experience. I've seen other people go through, do, and me look at it and say, I'll be sure not to do that. Or I've actually lived it to know, girl, don't do this. All this advice that I'm going to be giving is because I love you, girl. And woman to woman, I want you to be strong, okay? Woman to woman, please don't be no weak. Woman to woman, don't no man like no. So, girl, we going to work together to put this thing together. Okay? Tap in. The rest of this video is going to consist of me giving you the 5 ways on how not to be a weak enjoy. Boom. Get your little piece of papers out, girl, or get your little notepad. Because the first one, these 5 little keys, I'm going to hit them quick and I'm going to hit them fast. Hit them in depth, but I ain't going to do too much. We ain't going to harp on one topic too long, okay? This is in section. We only got about 35 minutes, all right? Rule number 1, keep your emotions at a minimum. I'm not saying be like you don't have no emotions, but girl, because when you can control your emotions, you can control your. When you can control your emotions, you can control how you move, what you will and will not allow. You understand what I'm saying? Maintain the power, and that's the key. That's the problem. Women are giving up our power too easily, way too easily. The main thing is keep the emotions at a bare minimum. Screaming at the wall, foaming at the mouth, sweating your wig back to pieces. What is that doing? I've seen it. I was running behind this man, and I mean, just life was in shambles. I mean, she just in shambles, girl. I guess I would be yelling at the phone too, because I mean, she had dropped out of school, she had moved to another state. In the end, you in there screaming, foaming at the mouth. Screaming, yelling. Give me what I want. I just decreed and declared I will never be that stupid and be that, I don't know. It was just appalling to me. A man can really have you that out your body, that in your emotions, that upset. Your wig is sweated off. You're screaming at the top of your lungs. And he's probably sitting on the other end of the phone, yawning, waiting for you to wrap this up. Ain't that, you know what I mean? That's what I was thinking. And I'm not saying that men are like emotionless or nothing, but as a man, that's a turn off. Like, get yourself together. You don't know. It's okay to be emotional and show your emotions and make it clear what you do and do not go for and all that. But don't just keep them emotions, keep them at a minimum. Because men don't like a whole bunch of emotional drama. Not no real man. Because an emotional woman will kill a car. An emotional woman will slash some tires. And at the end of the day, that's cute until about 21. Number 2. And this might be, I'm not going to say the most important, but this might be one that's going to take a minute for me to break down with y'all. I don't want nobody upset with me. It's just a lot to break down. 2, do not be unequally yoked. Now, when I say this, Lord, that means spiritual, girl. You're trying to get deep. Girl, you ain't even got to make it that. Unequally yoked could be, you got a degree, he don't. Unequally yoked could be, He got 3 kids, you have 0. Equally yoked could be financial status. He's goal-oriented, works very hard, and you're a bum that's never had a job a day in your life. That could be unequally yoked. Especially with the whole children thing. One thing that I'm learning, which especially as a woman, you have a right to have deal breakers. Y'all know that, right? Right. My deal breakers that I was trying not to make a deal breaker, but I've realized it is a deal breaker. I really prefer no men with children. Why? Because I like a lot of attention. I like a lot of time. Quite frankly, I have a whole bunch of cousins who have children, so I know what comes with having children, you know what I mean? I know what comes with, like, you got to drop what you're doing to attend to them. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying that's what you're supposed to do as a parent. But I don't know nothing about that. That's a world I would know nothing about, and I don't feel like it's really fair to assume or kind of force me to adapt to that world or adapt to that life. I don't really want to. I don't. If I only want to be a mother to children that came out my womb, does that make me a terrible person? If I say I don't want to be a mother to no children that ain't mine, is that terrible? I feel like men do it all the time. Men pick and choose and say, I don't want to be no father to no kids. It's one thing when you're blending a family. I'm all for that. That's equally yoked to me, in my opinion. Does that make me terrible? And comment below if I need to go get checked mentally. You can be unequally yoked based off what you want. For example, say you're with a man and his intentions or his motives is he's trying to look for something to relieve his tension. He's trying to hit, quit, dip. Leave it at that. Don't make it more than what it is. You already know you want a relationship, eventually want to get married, and that's not a bad thing. Because I know the men will try to kick it like because what you want and what they want, that what you want is wrong. No, it just ain't what they want. That's all. Y'all not equally yoked going about your business. The problem with women, what we be doing is a man will tell us, girl, let me pull up for this. I've never experienced it, but I've seen it on a first-hand account watching somebody else. A man will tell us, I'm gonna say us, because it's us. This is us. This is we. Will tell us verbatim, I'm not looking for a relationship, quite frankly. Quite frankly, I've been hurt. My past relationship got me to the point I'm just trying to be getting ducking, hitting and quitting. You know what women is we do? You know what we do? We go. And in our head, we think we're the exception to the rule. So we just discount everything that man just told us. The man told us, I am not looking for a relationship. Told us why he's not looking for a relationship because he's been in a relationship for the past whatever, and it burned him, hurt him. You know what we do? We say, I can fix that. Man didn't ask you to do none of that, but I can fix that. I could be the exception to the rule. No, okay. If I just love you enough, if I just spit on it enough, TMI, but I'm just being real with y'all. I can change your whole outlook on that. No, you can't. When a man tells us something, why don't we believe him? A man tells me I'm not interested in a relationship right now. I'm really just, you're a beautiful woman and I would love to hit you. I'm talking about hurt you. I'd love to lay you down and get real nasty with you. I would. But respectfully, I'm not looking for a relationship. That's on me. If I think, because I'm an exception to the rule, I think, well, oh yeah, in my head, I'm thinking, if he lay me down and I lay him down right enough, oh girl, that'll change his mind. He'll be big and be. That's where you hoes go wrong, and I've seen it. Y'all don't be listening to these men when they tell you something. If a man tells you, I don't want this, I do want this is what I'm looking for, this is not what I'm looking for, believe him. Why we go, nah, I think I'm gonna, that's dumb. And you're looking pitiful months later when you've wasted so much time. Now you're looking at the man looking at you, and he goes, you know what he's gonna tell you? I told you. And that's when y'all be ready to kill a car slapping. I hate that. The man already told you from jump what it was. Your decision as a grown woman to still deal with him. But he told you what it was, what he was, and what not looking for. Now, if you decided you think you want to be the exception to the rule, that's on you. But take the consequences that come with it. Don't go keying niggas' cars or slashing tires. The man told you, I'm not looking for a relationship because ABC and this happened with my ex. You can't be mad if they go back to his ex.
Yikes!
No, you don't want to hear it. But we can't. You can't be mad. You want to know why? Because that man told you from jump what it was and what it wasn't. But what in the world makes me think I'm so special? If a man has been thought it out enough to say this is what I do and do not want to the point he can express it to me, why would I think I can change that man's mind? We think like, oh, well, we can reel him in. Oh, we reeling him in, girl. We telling our girls, girl, I know what he told me, but we've been really vibing lately, and I just think it's a change. Think you reeling him in the whole time? Girl, you reeling yourself in a heartbreak. You're reeling yourself in a heartbreak. When a man tells you what he wants and what he doesn't want, believe him. Stop thinking you would accept it to the rule, girl, please. Trust that man enough to say, if he's communicated to me, he's probably thought long and hard on this, huh? People when they tell you something the first time, believe them. I think Maya Angelou said something. I will show you who they are, believe them. And we stay thinking, trying to change things, give people the benefit of the doubt, think it ain't what it is. So that can be another example. Don't be unequally yoked when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your economic status, whether it comes to just like you want to build your children or raise your children, what type of life you want to have. If you know you want to be living in a 6-figure house, or if you know you want to be making a 6-figure income living in a mansion, or you're living in a beautiful 4-story house, you're not getting that with no man that don't have no job. You're not. I feel like that's common sense, but common sense ain't common to everybody. Get with niggas on your level. You gonna start noticing they ain't gonna be perfect. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't saying when you give niggas on your level it's gonna be perfect. I'm just saying it's gonna make your life a little bit more easier. It's gonna help it make a little bit more sense. 3, do not expect you out of people. Everyone does not move how you move. Everyone doesn't think like you think, and everybody was not raised how you were raised. Me personally, I didn't come up out of a house where, the woman was yelling at the man. My parents were married 20 plus years. Still technically married. That's another topic for another day. I never seen my mama like going off on my daddy. Like acting like she about to hit my daddy. Like I've seen her mad. Like don't get me wrong. I've seen my mother upset with my daddy and them arguing or whatever, but I've never seen my mother like get out of character behind no man, behind my daddy. I just never seen it. And they've had their issues, I just never seen it. So I don't know nothing about that. But I say all that to say, just because that was my household, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's everybody else's household. I had an ex-boyfriend one time that told me the household he came up in, you could slap your woman to get her to shut up. She get out of line, you could put your hands on her and get her to shut up or whatever. In his household, when the woman got out of line, it was nothing to call her a bitch. Like, that was just nothing. I ain't never heard my daddy call my mama out her name, none of that. Like, respectfully, like, that just, I ain't never seen him do it. So I don't know nothing about that. I say all that to say, I was to walk around thinking that everybody came up how I came up. Everybody had a 2-parent household with married, love. Like, girl, please. You'll get finessed and burned up, okay? Do not expect you out of people. And even when it comes to your significant other or when it comes to dealing with the opposite sex. Thinking that everybody got the purest of intentions just like you got the purest of intentions. Unfortunately, it's not necessarily the case. So you can't expect you out of other people. And I draw that in to really make it relate to myself. Me, I'm not really a casual sex type of person. You wanna know why? Because I know me personally, I have attachment issues. I don't like nothing about the casual sex, you leaving and all of that. I don't like that. I don't like, bothers me. It makes me mad. It irritates me. I want to cry. I don't like nothing about the casual 1-2-1. One night stand. Can't stand it. It makes me upset. It makes me real mad. Say I have attachment issues and abandonment issues. That's why I just can't be having sex with any and everybody. As soon as I mess with somebody, immediately afterwards, I automatically want to cut them off. For me, it's like how you handle someone after. Well, let me speak for myself. How you handle me after sex is key. Before, I probably was letting you get away with all types of. But afterwards, from how you leave, all of that. Careful, nigga. So I realized a long time ago, like anybody I'm laying up with, it gotta be my husband. Have to. Because if not, the next I might crash out. I don't like nothing about casual sex, like just hooking up, having sex, and you don't talk to the person for a week and then maybe hit them up the next 2 weeks. I don't like nothing about that because I'm big on like where you been at, where your mouth been at, where your hands been at while we've been gone. Usually afterwards, in my past, in my history, like clockwork. It's like right after we had sex, I'd be like, I don't think I like you. And that's how I be knowing, 1, you doing to me, ain't got no business. And then 2, I'm like, y'all are not my husbands. It's my husband. Y'all are not my husbands. Even though I have abandonment issue, or I want to be attached to somebody, if I'm going to be having sex with them and I want it to be my husband, my man, I have to understand everybody is not like that. Perfect example, we're going to cut this little topic short. We're going to make this too long. For example, when I was in college, I really thought this boy was cute, girl. I mean, really thought this boy was cute. Had the biggest crush on him. I was like, yeah, I'm on that. So I got my sorority sister to like pull up on him, like, you know, be my little wing woman. She come back to me looking all stupid. I'm like, girl, what's wrong with you? She like, girl, he basically said no. I'm like, what? Why? She was like, he said basically he already know what you want and he not on that. Like, he already know you the type that want a relationship and all of that. And that's not where his mind at. He really wants some hit it and quit it type time. Initially, I wanted to feel offended. I felt let down. My feelings was hurt. But when I walked away, I said, I kind of gotta respect it. Can I be mad at him? When I really thought about it, I'm like, I kind of do respect him for at least telling me the truth. Because he could have sat there and played with me and made it seem like I wanted something. He wanted the same thing I wanted, but he didn't. He made it clear, look, I already know what you want. I ain't on that, girl, respectfully. I say that to say, don't expect you other people. Because I could have sat there thinking that everybody wants a relationship. Every man on the earth wants a relationship, want a solid girl to hold him down, be loyal, and do all that. Not necessarily, because he didn't. Fourth point, this little girl, we almost close to the end. The fourth point is know what it is that you want for real. Down to love languages, deal breakers, even just like what you want in this phase of life. Because we all in different stages, we all in different phases. So things change, phases change, what we want and needs change. Know what it is what you want in that phase of life and pursue the men that are on that level. Know that you want to be stay-at-home mom life, then you need to be going to deal with the men with their own businesses. You need to be going to deal with the men that have degrees, probably a master's or a doctorate. If you are going to talk to them type of men, you kind of got to bring something to the table. Because it's like with men, they don't want you to do too much, not more than them, but you can't be too less when you a bum. You know what I mean? You ain't coming with nothing. You got to kind of bring something to the table. That's what I'm realizing now. Even with my bachelors, I'm like, the men that I'm starting to draw are the older men with like their own businesses, or older men with like, they have degrees of their own, probably working on the masters, or just not really young bucks. The young bucks and the like drug dealers and the little bums, you know what I mean? They've kind of left me alone. It's like once I got that degree, moved to Charlotte and came back, it was like niggas was like, oh nah, she grown, like out of our league. So now, like I said, it's been mainly like the older men with money, or the older men with their own business type vibes. And I love that for me, to be honest. At first I was like, what's going on? But then I'm like, that kind of does make sense. Not if you can't be on their level, you close enough. Be maybe where they're at, because it's a man, they don't never want you to be, you know, too. If you can play the back end, play your position, and you bring a little something to the table, nigga, you'll be more valuable. I said, girl, you gotta know what you want. And even if you don't have nothing to bring to the table, girl, make it look like you got something to bring to the table. I don't know. I can't speak for the whole flexing and flogging. Like they something, or they got money and they really don't, or they got something that they really don't. I can't relate to that. I don't really get no advice on that. I'm speaking for the girls that do got something. Girl, you gotta aim high. Sometimes I be shocking myself, but you do. You gotta aim high. Aim for the men that have more than you do. Regardless of what you aim for, regardless of what it is that you want, know what it is that you want. For real. If your love language is time and affection, and the person is not giving you time and affection, that's a deal breaker for you. Leave them alone, kick them to the curb. If your deal breaker is you don't want nobody you don't want nobody that don't have no education, it might take you some time, girl. But that's your deal breaker, and that's what it is. What it is that you want, and stick with that. My love language is time, quality time, and physical touch. So if you can't give me quality time, physical touch, and then my third one will probably be like gifts or something like that. So I like money. You know what I mean? I'm not, you know what I mean? But my main thing is I'll take time and attention over money. But if a man can only give me a certain, not as much time and attention as I want, but can give me a whole bunch of money, I can work with that. But you got a man that ain't giving you no time and attention and ain't giving you no money, to me, the deal breaker is you're not giving me none of the things that I want. You're not abiding by none of my love languages. None of my love languages are being met or read fluently. So what are we doing? And at that point, that's when you exit stage left respectfully. That ain't the man for you. To be honest, men find it 10 times more attractive when a woman knows what it is that she wants. Even if it's like not them. It's like, respectfully, I just don't want you. They might be mad at you, but a man will respect you 10 times more because they'll say, Yeah, she's still on business. And not to tell, if a man really knows that you're better than him or too good for him, respectfully, when you tell them they're not doing enough or this and that, you know what they're gonna do? Go on about their business. If they really do respect you and they know what they bring to the table ain't enough, and they're gonna respectfully say, okay, I understand. For me, I don't realize I'm not building a man up. I'm just not doing it. That's what marriage is for. You need to come already built up, for the most part. I'm not saying nobody's perfect. I'm not saying everybody gotta be where they wanna be in life. I'm not where I wanna be in life entirely. I'm not working with you at this phase and then we build in the sea of maybe and a wishing and hoping and a praying. No. I remember my dad was a mad black woman. Stuck with that man with that little business and all his little lawyer firm and all that. He got up there and showed off on her butt and left her hanging, kicked her out the crib. You think I don't remember that? How many jail men I know that have been in jail? Girls that I know that have been taking calls for years, putting money on books for years, building that man up, his confidence. We all in jail for the no damn because he all sad. You know how many women, when they get out, they show off and don't never talk to that woman again? You won't catch me. So no, respectfully, I won't be building no man up until we locked in, until we get married. That's my job. Then I am your helpmeet. I'm here to help you anyway. So that is my job, to build you up. But nobody building no man. Ain't nobody got no ring. Ain't nobody married to nobody. Ain't nobody got no vows. Nobody wants to hear this, but when nobody has no vows, respectfully, you can build a man up and that man can leave you high and dry to go be with the next hoe. To go marry the next woman that you done built up. I think not. The last and final key. I'm not going to say this is probably the most important, but it's up there. It's definitely one of the most. Okay? In the top 3 for sure. The 5th rule to not be in a weak, keep the mission, the motive. I repeat, keep the mission, the motive. Walk with me. Whatever your goals are, whatever aspirations it is that you have, whatever plans you've made, stick to them. I've seen so many women, derail themselves. Because I can't even say you got to blame it on a man. I've seen so many women derail themselves behind running behind a man, behind maintaining a man. Not even saying it. I can't even say that the men want to be ran behind. Sometimes when these women have been through so much, they got to be like extra on the person to make sure they're like, I don't know. I guess it's just when people have been through a lot, they're not used to nothing, so they gotta like overcompensate and do the most. I don't know, but I've just been so disappointed when I've seen the number of women that have just like goals all just derailed. They done forgot all about what they were supposed to be coming here for. Completely just whatever behind pursuing a relationship. In the end, for none of them to get a ring. Most of the women that I've seen bend over backwards doing the most behind a man, giving up dreams, dropping out of school, doing the dumbest ever, not go to the military, not do this. I look back on it. They did all that behind a man and they're either not with him or no ring at all. Still trying to figure out if they even want to be together. It's just crazy to me. So that's why I say you have to keep your goals in the forefront. Like, for example, with myself, like if you haven't watched, feel free to type in my story times. But I was in the undergrad before I transferred to my alma mater. I was in a really abusive type of situation to the point where it was like, respectfully, I would have understood if I took the semester off. Respectfully, anybody else, I wouldn't say you was weak enough. Respectful, I would have understood if I had been like, okay, I'm gonna take a semester off to get my mental together, because it was such a traumatic situation just in general. Just slide to the story times. We ain't even trying to get into all that. My goal was I'm graduating with my degree. It was at the forefront. That was the goal that I wanted, and that was the goal that I was gonna meet by any means possible. Well, I do understand after talking to my therapist that it is a certain level of an abnormal level of grit and perseverance that I have that the average person wouldn't have. So I'm not saying that if you was in a domestic and you don't go back to school, you just weak. I'm not saying that. Or if you need that break, take that break. Because girl, take that break. Myself, like, I'm still traumatized from it. I don't even know looking back, like maybe I should have took a semester off. Like, but if I could go back, I'd do it all again. My goal was I'm going to graduate. Now, I didn't think it was going to be this hard. I'm thinking at the most it was going to be book studying hard, not mentally, emotionally traumatic. The goal was to get my degree. And in the end, that's what happened. Man was all up and through that situation. And that was a combination between friends that I had at the time that weren't really friends. It was just a combination of different things. But I say all that to say, like, the goal was I'm getting my degree, and that's what I got. The man is great. I'm not going to lie. I love men. I love me a piece of man. You understand? I love me a piece of man. But girl, you gotta love yourself more. Like, if you gotta pick and choose between your career and that man, girl, I'm gonna tell you every time, pick the career. You gotta choose between that career and that job. And that man, I'm gonna tell you that every time, pick that job. You gotta choose between, I'm gonna tell you every time, pick the opposite other one, especially at this age that we're at. Unless it's your husband, you gotta pick traveling between being I'm gonna tell you, pick traveling every time over being somebody's girlfriend. My thing is, if it's meant to be, if that person really cares about you, if that person really wants the best for you, regardless of whatever decision you make for the betterment of your future, if it's meant to be, they're gonna say, okay, if it's meant, we're gonna get back together. Man should never, or your significant other should never have you to the point where you stop or put a pause on your dreams to pursue them. That don't even make sense. They don't even like you for real. You shouldn't even went with them. Women, we have to realize the men are assets. An addition. A man should be an addition to what you already got going on. You should already have your space, your life going on to the point you got to pencil a man in. You understand what I'm saying? That's really the only way you don't become a liability. You remember the man is the asset. You start putting too much, I've seen it. Depend on a man so much to where they can't even get a ride to work because they depended on a man so much. It's just a mess. Man is an addition, a nice little addition, but nothing you don't need. I mean, you need a man. You need a man. You need a man. You need a man. Don't get me wrong. But it's not the end all be all. You're supposed to be like, relax. But let yourself be the main thing that you're pursuing. So whether that be you pursuing yourself, going back to school, pursuing yourself, going to start your own business, pursuing yourself, going to cosmetology school, putting yourself first, then the man is on the back end. Because my thing is, if you, and I think that it was one of them women in the Bible, I don't know if it was Ruth, but the point is she was caught working, and that's when she found her Boaz. When she was working, handling her own business. A man came along. Now she's sitting there waiting. Lord, I'm hoping and wishing. Let me just sit here and be cute and just wait for somebody. Girl, get to work. Because that pretty face, get to working. Okay? Because that pretty face, you're still a bum in real life. And I get it, some women like to be rescued, independent, but usually those are the ones that have found themselves easily successful to being abused. And I said what I said. You're depending on a man so much to the point he's paying your rent, or he's not even your rent, he's paying the rent, he's paying for this, he's paying for that. But as soon as he withdraw all of that, now you're sitting there looking stupid. You can't even buy you a pack of pantyhose because that man done took your debit card. And you don't have no job, so you can't make your own money. It's cute. Women like to play that whole, I let my man, when I get around my man, my brain just stops working. That's cute and all, but you go to work though. That's only gonna last for so long. The men are looking for the women to help now. They might, but they trying to think, what are you bringing to the table? What are you gonna do to make my life easier? Even if you're not working, if I'm about to be at work every day, all the time, when I get home, a meal needs to be cooked. And I agree. Bum anyway? I'm not a bum, but you're not doing it and that man been working hard all day. You better have that meal cooked when you get home. Clothes cleaned. You make it. Yeah, I agree. What was I saying? Oh yeah, keep the mission, the motive. Know what it is that you as a woman, what your goals are, and stick to your goals. The men will see that and be drawn to you. I didn't say, she said she was gonna do A, B, C, and D, and she did it. She said she was gonna move to Charlotte, and she did it. She said she was gonna do this, and she did it. So when she says she gonna do something, she mean it. So when she tell me she loves me, I know she means it. When she tell me she not gonna play with me, I know she's meaning that. Keep the mission, the motive. All right, y'all, so that is gonna wrap up this video. And I just want you all to the key takeaways, just to remember, we are young. Our whole lives ahead of us. I'm not saying live for the moment, live in the moment, but live for now. Only do anything about what's going on now. We can't do nothing about the past. We really can't do nothing about the future, except prepare for the future in the now. Travel, see the world, do solo trips, solo dates. I'm really speaking to myself because I've done the solo dates thing, but I really want to just start doing like solo trips on my own, like just by myself, not visiting nobody, just going by myself, not linking with nobody, and just going out and enjoying the city. Again, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe to be tapped in with all my new and upcoming videos. And don't forget, it is the Rawest Joe. If you want more videos like this, feel free to comment, like, subscribe. Definitely comment and let me know if you all want to see more videos like this. I love doing these little cute little TED Talks, little tidbits, little golden nuggets. But again, I appreciate y'all for watching, and thanks. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.
I said, okay, my infatuation is translating to another form of what you call it.